admit that they are helping Assad.
Everybody says
but they don't want to admit it. Even though Hezbollah admit they are helping President Assad of Syria, he's in denial.
Okay.
It doesn't see what he wants to believe.
Can I say something? Now, hold the
You've actually said a lot, mostly repetition of the same question again and again.
No, it's not just Hezbollah, America, England, all Europe now, they fighting ISIS in north of Iraq. Is that correct?
Yep. Yeah.
Is that correct? Yeah. So why didn't condemn America as well?
No, I support that.
See?
It's funny, isn't it?
See?
I talked about Syria killing civilians. Syria killing its own civilians. He changes the subject to Iraq killing terrorists. I don't like President Assad killing 200,000 of his own people. But he's an apologist for it because he supports Hezbollah. So he doesn't mind President Assad killing his own people. He would change the subject to Iraq.
No. Who's fighting ISIS in Syria now?
So
America,
he's
England,
avoiding
France, all
facing
Europe.
the fact that Hezbollah are killing civilians in Syria. He won't answer that. You'll notice he won't answer. And I point out that Hezbollah is openly supporting Assad in Syria, killing civilians. He will avoid the issue. He will avoid the issue.
Why you support ISIS?
Once again, avoiding the issue.
Why you support ISIS?
It's laughable, isn't it? I will say the fifth time. Your friends Hezbollah are helping President Assad kill civilians in Syria. Please comment. I know you won't though. Change the subject, eh?
No, I'm not on the change the subject.
Well, you have every time so far.
Let's be more realistic. Who's fighting the ISIS in Syria right now? Whole Europe, America, England.
No.
It is.
No. In Iraq, hang on, in Iraq, there is a democratic elected government which has requested help to defeat ISIS, who are killing Yazidis, Christians, and forced conversions, kicking them out of their land. And yes, we are helping them. Good, well done in Iraq. But who's killing civilians in Syria? Hezbollah and President Bashar al-Assad. Would you like to comment now on Hezbollah killing civilians in Syria?
You finished. You military forces, you Netanyahu, he didn't say Hezbollah kills civilians. Even your government didn't say that.
Everyone knows Hezbollah is killing civilians because they have admitted it. They are fighting on the side of President Bashar al-Assad of Syria, that dictator. And every time he avoids answering the point about why is Hezbollah, who were hated in Lebanon, by the way, despised in Lebanon, he is a symptom of why the Middle East is a mess. They never look at the facts, they never learn from their mistakes, they are killing each other in the thousands there.
We want you to take ISIS
because they like him. Because they like him.
ISIS made by you.
No.
Made by
President Assad of Syria and his father before him for 40 years have been ruling or misruling Syria. That is why people are against him. And when the Arab Spring took place in Egypt, Tunisia, Libya, other countries, President Assad of Syria still would not give way to democracy. That is why there's opposition to him.
Yeah, but ISIS is a criminal.
But
you can't
they'll always put the blinkers on. Any facts that doesn't suit what they want to believe, they will just studiously ignore him, like this man here has been doing.
Listen, do you know who's fighting ISIS in Syria right now? Saudi Arabia, Qatar, America, England, France, whole world.
You are wrong.
No.
You are wrong.
No.
England is not bombing in Syria.
It is in Syria.
Lies, well, you love lies, don't you?
You are a liar.
We passed a law in Parliament. We will only help the Iraqi democratically elected government, not in Syria. We are not fighting against Syria. But he will tell a lie and pretend that we are, because the truth doesn't matter to them.
You talk about England.
Their model are people like Saddam Hussein, President Assad, Colonel Gaddafi. You tell a lie and repeat it, and people stop going along with it. That's how they form their policies in the Middle East, unfortunately. Crap, useless governments, decade after decade. Honesty and the truth got nothing to do with it. We want this to be the truth, and we'll pretend all the facts point that way. That's why the Middle East is a bloody mess.
Can I tell you why? These people, a lot of Muslims support ISIS in Syria and north of Iraq, because Iraq has become a very democratic country. They have 3 elections, and women, there is 1/3 of the authority, a woman. Of the 325 members of parliament, Iraqi people elected 108 of them women.
Can you tell us about Syria, are you?
No, you aren't. The 1/3 of the authority in Iraq has to be women. So Saudi Arabia and Qatar, plus Israel and Turkey, they don't like it. Plus Iran, they don't like this country to be a democratic, a woman to be free. Because next door...
Who gave Iraq democracy? We gave Iraq democracy in the first place. The British and the Americans overthrew Saddam Hussein and gave him democracy. Now he says we don't want Iraq to have democracy. We're the guys who gave him democracy in the first place, you bloody idiot.
No, Israel, England. No, Israel, England. I'm appreciated what England and America did in Iraq, but no, fucking Israel. Israel is a criminal.
No.
It's a criminal.
Israel's
when he said we, he mean you,
all
Israel.
they do is, if anyone attacks them, whoever it is, they fire back.
You don't talk about
Israel does not take sides. It just looks after itself in the toughest, nastiest neighbourhood in the whole world. And that's why they're successful. They defend themselves, they don't take sides, they defend themselves. And they prosper Israel. They prosper and prosper and prosper. That's good. Well done, Israel. I visited Israel, go all around the Middle East. It's like being on 2 different planets. You go to Israel, a calm democracy, fantastic place. Leaders in technology around the world. The Middle East, all they could do is get Westerners to pump out their oil for them. It's all they bloody well do.
If you are strong enough, go and touch Hezbollah like this. You can't touch anymore.
If you want to pretend that
you
Israel
can't touch Hezbollah anymore.
You go and believe it.
You can't.
In your dreams. In your dreams.
You are so weak now. You've never been weak like this in the whole history. I tell you.
This is the desperation they've got. This is the desperation they've got. Israel's got one of the best arms in the world. It's got nuclear weapons, one of the best air forces in the world. In Mossad, the best intelligence services. You look at the countries around them, they are junk third world countries. And he likes to pretend that Israel is scared of them. Desperation drives people to become like this. Their reality is so bad, pathetic, they have to live in a reality dream world.
Listen, everybody from Israel and Palestine rubbish all country.
Really? Okay, if Israel's so rubbish, how come the neighbouring countries can't destroy it? How come all the wars against Israel, who apparently is rubbish, wins all its wars? Do you know, in 1967, 5 Arab armies attacked Israel. Israel beat them in 6 days. When I see people like him and him, I can see why they took 6 days.
2014 now. 2014.
That's right, and Israel is still there, getting stronger and more prosperous. When Europe was going through recession, Israel had a booming economy and an economic growth rate going off. Israel had low unemployment and a growth rate of 4.5%.
Nothing.
Israel's doing fine.
Everybody from
Israel to make Israel okay.
Can I ask a question? Is that true? Is that true? Israel, they talk 1,400 injuries from the rebels in Syria to treat them in Israel. Is that true?
Again, Israel took 1,400.
1,800 injuries from the ISIS, from rebels in Syria, to be treated in a hospital in Israel.
I'll tell you what.
What you know,
I'll answer his question.
They saw on
I'll answer this
television.
man's question. Because of all the killing and bloodshed in Syria, Israel worked with Doctors Without Borders, to build field hospitals in Syria to treat anyone at all. Well done, Israel. But they will try and make it look bad.
To treat the rebels. Well,
I know. I said anyone gets treated. Anyone and everyone gets treated. But you try and make Israel look bad. Do you know, when there was a war going on against Gaza, because Gaza was prime minister in Israel, any Palestinian who got injured could be treated in an Israeli hospital near Gaza. And guess what? Hamas said, we don't want Israel to get good publicity. They will not allow their injured people to go and get medical treatment in Israel.
You bomb them and then you treat them.
No, we defended ourselves. We defended ourselves. Some people pretend that they're so stupid they can't understand that if Gaza fires missiles in Israel, then Israel won't fire back. So it's because of those missiles from Gaza that Israel has to fire back. So it's self-defense. When Germany fired missiles at us, guess what? We fired back. Anyone has missiles fired at it, fires back. But they think Hamas should fire missiles from Gaza, but Israel should not fire back.
Time out.
Listen.
Why are Israel firing rockets into Palestine, into Gaza? Why are they?
I did just say, because Gaza was firing missiles at Israel, that is
Why
why.
are Gaza firing missiles at Israel?
Because they don't want to make a peace treaty with Israel. They have a policy of the destruction of Israel. So Israel's closed its borders. They allowed food through, electricity and water. But they say, until Hamas stop calling for our destruction and the killing of Jews, we're not going to help you.
Time out.
No, it's not. Israel is a member of the United Nations. He says it's an illegal state. How come it's a member of the United Nations? That isn't it.
You are liar.
The United Nations voted it into existence. That's why the United Nations voted it into existence. So it's clearly not
You are liar and you haven't any idea about this.
I didn't get many words out of that, I'm afraid. Put your teeth in next time. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. That's out of order.